Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a man named Ananda. Ananda was known far and wide for his honesty and integrity. He was a humble farmer who worked hard to make a living. Despite his simple life, Ananda was content and grateful for what he had. One sunny day, as Ananda was working in his fields, he came across a beautiful pot buried in the ground. Curiosity sparked within him, and he eagerly dug it out. To his amazement, the pot was filled to the brim with gold coins. Ananda's eyes widened with astonishment at the sight before him. He had never seen so much wealth in his entire life. However, as he held the pot of gold in his hands, a profound thought crossed his mind. Ananda knew that wealth could sometimes corrupt people, leading them away from the path of righteousness. He pondered deeply and made a decision. He would not keep the gold for himself. Instead, he would use it for the greater good of his village and its people. With a determined heart, Ananda carried the pot of gold to the village elder, a wise and respected man. He explained how he had found the pot and shared his intention to use the gold to benefit everyone. The village elder, impressed by Ananda's honesty and selflessness, agreed to help him. Together, they called a meeting of all the villagers and shared the news about the pot of gold. The villagers gathered in anticipation, eager to hear what Ananda had to say. Ananda stood before them, his eyes gleaming with sincerity and his voice filled with humility. "My dear friends," he began, "I have found this pot of gold, but I believe that true wealth lies not in possessing it, but in sharing it with those in need. With your permission, I propose that we use this gold to improve our village and the lives of its inhabitants." The villagers listened intently, their hearts touched by Ananda's words. They unanimously agreed to his proposal and applauded his selflessness. Together, they formed a committee, led by Ananda and the village elder, to decide how the gold should be used. They decided to allocate a portion of the gold for building better infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, and schools. Another portion was designated for improving healthcare facilities and providing medical aid to those who couldn't afford it. Some of the gold was set aside to support local artisans and farmers, promoting sustainable livelihoods and boosting the village's economy. Months passed, and the village underwent a remarkable transformation. New buildings and roads replaced old, dilapidated structures. The schools were equipped with better resources, and teachers were trained to provide quality education. The healthcare facilities flourished, ensuring that no one in the village suffered due to lack of medical attention. The artisans and farmers received the support they needed to thrive, creating a vibrant and prosperous community. As the village prospered, so did the hearts of its inhabitants. Ananda's act of honesty and his decision to share the pot of gold had inspired a spirit of unity and selflessness among the villagers. They realized that true wealth was not measured in material possessions, but in the well-being and happiness of their community. Word of the village's remarkable transformation spread far and wide, reaching the ears of a wise traveler. Intrigued by the tales of Ananda's honesty and the village's progress, the traveler journeyed to witness it for himself. He marveled at what he saw, a harmonious village, filled with content and prosperous individuals. The traveler sought out Ananda and said, "You, my friend, have achieved something extraordinary. Your honesty and selflessness have not only transformed this village but have inspired countless others. Your act of sharing the pot of gold has reminded people of the true essence of wealth." Ananda smiled humbly, his eyes filled with gratitude. He knew that the pot of gold had not only brought prosperity to his village, but had also enriched his own life in ways he could never have imagined. His act of honesty had led him to discover the true power of compassion and selflessness. From that day forward, the village became known as Ananda's Village. It stood as a testament to the transformative power of honesty and the immense impact that a single individual could have on the lives of many. And so, the story of the honest man and the pot of gold spread throughout the land, inspiring people to lead lives of integrity, compassion, and selflessness. The tale served as a reminder that true wealth lies not in what we possess but in what we give, and that the actions of one honest person can change the destiny of an entire community.